Hello my dudes and welcome back to All the Mods 9, Enchant the World. We are storming through magical mods becoming amazing kick-ass wizards. This episode what we're going to be trying to do is track down a Drygmy. With a Drygmy we can basically put monsters in jars, and a Drygmy is a creature that goes around to those jars with monsters in and generates whatever loot they can drop. Pretty cool. It's a great way of getting like a no-kill mob farm, so all of you vegans out there or vegetarians, it's 100% ethical. And you know what? Since we're green wizards, it kind of fits with us too. And I'm from Bristol as well, which is like hyper-vegan anyway. So yeah, it all works. Now, we also made some amazing spells last episode. We've got Mage Leap, which lets us jump through the air and slowly fall down. Wizard Bridge, which is like a great way to just make random blocks that appear. That decay after a short delay. Now, before we go and hunt the Drygmy, what I want to do is put my new bow through its paces. So we're going to grab some arrows from inside here. There we go, there's 40, the rest I think are in my backpack. So you can use these arrows with Ars Nouveau to make some insanely powerful magical arrows. But these arrows are insanely expensive to make. Look at this, a diamond per arrow. That's pretty nuts. Anyway, I've got like a stack and a half of arrows, so we're going to jump through the nether portal and see if we can find some apotheosis mobs to bring down. Right, now, apotheosis mobs spawn all the time pretty quickly inside the nether. So these guys shouldn't be too hard to find. Especially now that we have Mage Leap and we can kind of like just zip around the nether. Oh man, this is nuts. Ever wanted to get some ore? Well, we can just zip around and find whatever ore we need from the nether. So come on, we're looking for... Oh, here we go, Tim the Odd, our first unsuspecting foe. Now, where is Tim? Where are you, Tim? Wait, is that him over there? I think it might be. Let's go and take a look. Yeah, there he is. Okay, let's see how much damage this bow does. Here we go. Rest in peace, Tim. Oh, yeah, he's going down. Oh, now, it doesn't actually do that much damage to him, but that might be because he's got lots of armor. Okay, we're going to use a bit of range to get like a bit more of like, you know, an advantage against this guy, because he's pretty tough. There you go, son. Yeah, so he's got like a shield and full armor, so maybe that's why he's not taking much damage, but I reckon we can take this guy out. Now, the reason why we want to kill apotheosis mobs is because our robes are made from gold armor as a base. And if we can get some apotheosis golden armor that's got some really cool stats... There we go, rest in peace, Tim. We can make our mage robes even better. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, yeah, we made our enchanter's bow with a windswept bow of wounding as the base. And now it has projectile harm, amplify, ignite, harm, amplify, amplify. So what do we get there? Oh, look at this. So we're in luck. Our first piece of armor that got dropped was golden. So if we use this as a base to make our sorcerer pants, it'll also come with extra mana regen, cooldown reduction, more armor, knockback resistance, and max health. That's amazing. So let's see if we can kill this guy now as well, and get, if we're lucky, some more golden loot. Oh, he's quick. But he's dying pretty quickly as well. Oh my god, yeah, oh look at this! So we got some more golden loot. Golden boots, which have, oh my god, uh-oh. Let's get away from this soul sand, because it's so annoying. There we go. Yeah, so look at this, golden boots with protection and unbreaking, and a golden helmet with tombstone soulbound. Don't know what that does, but it means that now if we find a golden chestplate, we can get ourselves a full set of augmented golden sorcerer's robes. Other things I think I want to make now are probably an auto-feeding upgrade for my backpack. Although these aren't cheap to make, with a nether pearl, golden apple, golden carrot, melon, and an upgrade base. Actually, do you know what? This isn't too bad so long as I have the ender pearl. But yeah, that's going to keep me well fed and kicking some serious ass. So there we go, we've put the bow through its paces. It's a real kick-ass piece of machinery. Now let's head home and look into Drygmies. So it's time to start thinking about what we're going to collect to gather these Drygmies up. I'll put everything back into the computer that I don't need for now. Now to tame a Drygmy, we need a Wilden Spike. That's what they use to give you a charm. So we'll take 3 for now, and use those to get the tokens. We'll also need a dowsing rod to see if there are any Drygmies around. And I think that's us good to go. So we're going to engage the dowsing rod. We'll use this one that's got low durability first. And yeah, now I guess we just mage leap across the world, trying to see if we can find any Drygmies. Now it's going to be difficult to see with this shield taking up half my screen, so we'll take this off for now. In fact, it might even be worth going third person, because that's a better way to see what's going on. So we're looking for the outline of Drygmies. Come to me, Drygmy friends. Oh, what's that? A starbuncle? Well, you know what? No, we haven't got any gold ingots, so we're not going to get any starbuncles yet. So Drygmies are kind of like very small, like they look like gnomes, kind of like gnomes, but there it is, there's one. Yeah, it's like a weird, small, dwarvish gnome druid. So if we give this guy a Wilden Spike, he's supposed to give us his charm. Here we go. Does a bit of a dance because he's so happy, and oh, we got 2 Drygmy tokens. That's going to be, I think, more than enough for now. So, it's time to mage leap our way back home, if we can remember the way. Oh no, don't need to remember the way because it must be in this pine forest. Yeah, there we go, lasting integrity on the horizon. Man, so easy to find where we're going with mage leap. So, the next step is to turn this token into a charm. And how do we do that? Well, where is it? The Drygmy charm. So again, it's one of these inside the enchanting apparatus. A bunch of things like carrots, apples, wheat, some kind of fish, and a seed. Now, the fish might be a bit of an issue. I don't think I have any fish. Wheat I definitely have. We've also got the seeds. We've got the source gems. Well, do you know what? We're also just going to make a fishing rod with some sticks and some string, because that's probably the easiest way of getting fish as well. So boom, we're doing it old school. We're going to go down by the pond and cast out our line, see if we can get some fish. I'd hope there was an easier way to get fish, but it looks like this is probably the best way. Oh man, do you know what? It's been forever since I actually fished in Minecraft. What a weird thing to do as a wizard. But you know what? Why not? So you wait for a fish to go to the bobber. Bobbing away right now. Come on. Waiting for fish. Oh, there we go. We got one. And what did we get? A shrimp. Well, that's everything we need. Let's get over and make a Drygmy charm. So the fish, the apple, the wheat, and the seeds. So here we go. Now this might actually take source mana. No, it doesn't. So here we go, a Drygmy charm. Now, I would say arguably, the Drygmy is potentially the most useful magical creature in the entirety of Ars Nouveau. Right, so to summon the Drygmy, you use a Drygmy charm on a block of mossy cobblestone. Then the cobblestone will turn into his home, the same way the whirly sprig turned a flower into their home, and it uses a 10-block radius around it to gather materials from things that are inside containment jars. So we've got the Drygmy charm and the mossy cobblestone. What we do is we put the mossy cobblestone down over here, I reckon. Looks like a good spot to me. Then use the Drygmy charm on it. And what should happen is the mossy block will turn into this kind of weird Stonehenge-y looking block. There we go. And this guy sits here, he begins to dance, and this is it. What we need to do now to keep this guy happy and get him mining stuff is give him jars to farm. Now this is not going to be an easy thing to do because we're going to have to trap monsters inside jars, so this guy goes and farms them. So we're going to need a couple of things to get this done. We're going to need containment jars. There we go, containment jar from Ars Nouveau, just a bunch of archwood slabs and glass. Now we're going to need a lot of these, so let's see how many we can make. 21, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, 21 should be way more than enough. So, to fill these containment jars, we need to do a ritual, and it is the ritual of containment. which means we need, oh yeah, so pretty simple, 3 glass bottles, a vexing archwood log, and a manipulation essence. So we should have all of those things, except the glass bottle it seems, so we'll make a few of these. Boom, 5 tablets of containment. We'll need the ritual brazier to actually do the ritual. Now, we actually do need a sauce jar full of sauce this time. I know I've said this before and it hasn't been needed, but this ritual, trust me, does actually need a fair bit of sauce to get going. We're also going to grab our mob yoinkers because a wither skeleton, an enderman, and a blaze are going to make perfect examples of things we want to farm from jars. So let's go down to the middle of the compound to do this ritual. Mage leap? Oh my god. Oh, right, yeah, the slow fall is delayed. Right. Oh, I just went splat. Note to self, change the delay on Mage Leap to be instant. So the way this works is you arrange the jars around the ritual brazier. Put the ritual brazier there. And the jars, we'll put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we put the tablet inside the ritual. We'll put the jar of sauce next to that, so it's got plenty of fuel to keep going. And then we're going to activate it. Now you have to be very careful because any monster whatsoever, any villager, any entity whatsoever that walks over near to this tablet of containment, to this ritual brazier, will get sucked into a jar, and we want specifically only to get the monsters we're going to throw on the ground. But anyway, we'll activate this. Boom. Now let's get the wither skeleton. Boom, there he is. Instantly goes into the jar. Okay, who's the next customer? That's right, it's Enderman. You going to go in? Yeah, there he is, inside the jar. So next up, we're going to go for the blaze. Now, this was a special blaze. I'm not quite sure what that means. Mary the Odd. But yeah, there she is, now inside the jar. Amazing. But you know what? These 3 jars are going to be perfect for us to get going. Eventually, what you really want is a jar of almost every monster in the game. Now, the ritual only uses mana when it actually puts something in the jar, so we can leave this ritual running like this for a while now, and then come back later with some mobs that we've yoinked. Now, what's another way to get good XP? Well, we can go and do quests, so we'll just hand in all of the rewards we've got so far. Oh yeah, look at that. Starbuncle token, source gem, and a load of XP. I'm level 25 now, crazy. So do we want a spider? Well, maybe. Maybe we do. Get in there, spider, and we'll plonk him inside a jar as well. There we go, yoink, into a jar. Every monster can go inside a jar, but not all of them will be farmed. I once tried to put a wither boss into a containment jar, and it did work, but the problem was the Drygmy did not farm nether stars from the wither, so some monsters will not give you all the loot that they do drop. Now there's also cows over here. This is going to be a great way for us to farm leather. So down goes Bessie, and into a jar she goes. Yeah! We got a jar with a cow in it, just like the thumbnail. So now with touch dig, or even range dig might be a better one, we'll dig up these jars. Yeah! And now we can put down even more jars and keep the pain train going. Yeah, so what else are we going to need to catch? Well, I'm thinking we're going to need some chickens for sure. So let's go and find a chicken. There he is. And again, we want to farm chickens because that'll get us feathers and eggs. And you know what? For completionist's sake, we might as well get a sheep as well. So this guy over here, come with me, my friend, and we're going to slot you into one of these jars. Amazing. So the ritual is still running. We're going to get a chicken in a jar. Boom, there we go. Then we're going to get a sheep in a jar as well. There he goes. So all we do now is array these jars around the Drygmy. Now we're going to neaten this up and make it look all nice and fancy in the end. But for now, oh look at this, when you put blaze down as well, it gives you some light. But for now, we're just going to splash down all of the containment jars we have. We're also going to need a chest, because just like the Whirly Sprig farm, this guy needs a place to put all of the stuff he gathers. Which makes sense, right? So I think I probably have like a gold chest in here as well. Yeah, oak gold chest. And here we go, a gold chest with a couple of stack upgrades. Now, also, the Drygmy does need a lot of mana to keep this process going, but I do believe that he is in range of this jar over here. So each Drygmy working around a henge contributes to progress. The more Drygmy we have in here, the more source the whole system will use, which is why for now we want at most probably 2 or 3 Drygmies, because anything more than that takes a lot of source. Its home is 10 blocks in every direction, which is a huge area, and its happiness is based on all of the unique entities in jars around it. So basically we want as many unique and varied animals as possible inside these jars. And the henge does need the jar to apparently be right next to it. So this jar has loads of source inside it. Let's see if this gets sucked out, because it should be close enough. And already, whoa, you can see that inside this golden chest we've already got 4 raw mutton, ender pearls, white wool, wither skull fragments. Oh, that's going to be useful, because with 9 of these we can make a wither skeleton skull, and we can farm some withers. There's also one of the big important things is experience gems. So you can put this on your bar, sneak and right click, and this will give you experience. If we leave this running for like an hour, come back, this guy's going to be dripping in levels. Loads of XP for us to learn new glyphs and capture things in a mob yoinker. Now the next big step for us is going to be getting some magical Ars Nouveau mobs inside jars. Basically, we're going to need to start farming Wildens. Wildens are not easy to find. In fact, the only real way to find Wildens in all the mods 9 is by using a tablet of Summon Wilden. You can use 3 Wilden drops, a log, and a block of lapis, or you can use a block of emerald, an iron sword, a bow, and a block of lapis. So definitely if you have the Wilden materials, that's the cheaper option. But you use this tablet inside a ritual brazier, and that will summon Wilden. Now we're also going to need a ritual to trap these Wilden in jars, which is why we're actually going to need 2 braziers. Wait, why is there an egg on the floor? Did you just... what the hell? Put that in the box. Come on, man. Not cool. Now there's also 3 different varieties of Wilden, and each one drops either a horn, a spike, or a wing. So to recap, we've got a jar for the ritual braziers, the containment jars, a tablet of containment for containing the dudes. Now we need to make the tablet of Wilden summoning. We've got everything we need. Now for safety's sake, we're going to do this outside over here in the same area that we did before, because if we die, it's a short journey back, no worries. So the source jar here, the ritual brazier here, another ritual brazier here. We're going to splash around. I think probably we're going to want to make sure we get at least one of every single type of Wilden. So we're going to make sure absolutely that we do get that by putting down 9 jars. Put the tablet of containment over here and activate that. Then we activate the tablet of summon Wilden and prepare yourself, my dudes. Here we go. So Wilden will appear. Yeah, there we go. And they're going straight in the jar. So there's one of the bat ones. There's one of the bear ones. There's one of the mushroom ones. So I think that's actually all the Wilden we'll need. But the ritual does expire once the ritual has summoned, I think, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Wilden. We also got, oh my god, wow. So, oh, whoa. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Did I capture your dude? Oh, well, it serves him right for coming to spawn and pester me. We captured a wandering trader. This is quite interesting, actually, because I'm not sure what kind of drops this guy's going to generate in the Drygmy farm. So I'm actually kind of glad that we did get him. In fact, while the ritual is still continuing, and while there's sauce in the jar, let's push the trader llama over here and get him in a jar as well. There we go. Now there's no real way to see if the Drygmy is happy. When we hover over him, it doesn't say, but if we give him all of these jars, we should be well on the way to keeping this guy very happy indeed. Now we don't want more than one of each creature, so that is like one of the bats Wilden. This is one of the white horn Wildens. So the bat ones give you wings, these ones give you horns, and then I imagine the other type gives you the spikes. Yeah, that looks like a spiky dude. And of course, last but not least, we'll put the trader and the llama over here on the side. Yeah, and it looks like this jar is actually feeding the henge. So that's really good news. We don't have to add an extra jar on this floor. Really cool. And also, because this thing's got 2 stack upgrades at tier 3, this thing's going to be able to hold almost everything that gets farmed here. So what have we got so far? A nebulous heart from an enderman, more ender pearls, some eggs, some bezoars. Very cool. So there's other monsters that I feel like we're going to want to get in jars. Like a ghast would get us ghast tears. That's pretty amazing. Also a skeleton would get us bones, which is going to be great for bone meal. A zombie might be useful, but also I'm curious because Ars Nouveau has some good synergy with other mods. Maybe we can trap some monsters from some other mods and see what we get. Although what I will say is annoying is how the eggs keep flying out of the jar and not going into this chest. Go on, stay in here. So a massive thank you for watching this episode. What I want you guys at home to do is in the comments section, give me some suggestions for monsters from All the Mods 9 that we're going to want to capture and put in containment jars. Some of the monsters I'm thinking right now are those necromancer monsters from Iron Spells and Spellbooks. If we can get those in a jar, we might be able to farm Arcane Essence. That would be really huge. But let me know any ideas from All the Mods 9, things you think we should put inside containment jars, because I really do need your advice. As always, a massive thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, ding the bell for notifications if you want to see when the next video is released. A massive thank you to my Patreons and my YouTube members as well. You guys are amazing. And until next time, take care.